Hello everybody and welcome to Cabal Vision's Blood Bowl! Here in the booth with Jim and Bob are myself, Senstaku, and...
Hey, I'm ShadowChorus. I don't know why I'm stuck in this voice, but here I am.
Alright. And here we are at the lovely Shenanadome, watching Senstaku's Raiders.
These people look quite blue for being chaos.
They do indeed. Blue and white.
It's a bit of an awkward color combination.
Well, that's part of their style.
I called them pansies.
Well, I wouldn't call them pansies to their face, especially not when you have the Light Princes.
Now these, I take it back. These are the true pansies.
Yes, indeed, ShadowChorus.
And we've just got a lineup of princely-looking elves all being silly.
Alright, and here we are for the coin toss. Who do you think's going to get it?
Well, considering how things played out, I must imagine that Chaos won the coin toss.
Alright, well, let's see.
I believe Chaos teams.
Chaos team indeed.
The highest kill rate around, don't they, Bob?
Yes, they do. The other team better be careful about their precious stars.
That is, those are indeed true facts, Jim and Bob.
What have we got? Oh, it's a rock!
Thrown from the audience, an enraged fan hurls a large rock at one of the players on the opposing team. Horthian Lanlinsell
I'm not sure that's how you pronounce it, but we'll keep going.
suffers an injury.
And one of the elves is clocked.
And it looks like a goat man has the ball for turn one of Senstaku's Raiders. And they're gonna position their people.
Ah yes, positioning. The most vital, but perhaps least entertaining part of Blood Bowl.
Oh, looks like he's gonna be running his guys up the right-hand side. Does that sound like a smart move for you, ShadowChorus?
I'm not certain, but driving a wedge through the elves is always good in my book.
And here we have...
And there goes one down.
Connection by the Chaos Warrior on the front lines.
And now that elf is staring face first into the grass. Perhaps he should just stay that way.
Well, it seems like all these other elves are dodging out of the way. You know, that's probably the worst part, in my opinion, about fighting a bunch of elves. They just dodge all your punches.
Yes, they can't take one like a man. They must get out of the way.
And we have another elf going down.
Because as we see here, when they take a punch, they don't take a punch. That is a splendid backflip by that Chaos Warrior.
That was less of a punch and more of a backflip off of his face, sir. Although Chaos Warrior is surprisingly acrobatic.
Apparently.
And now it's the Light Princes. And looks like they are keen to get that ball back.
Put pressure on the ball. Can't argue with that.
Not quite certain what the positioning here is supposed to accomplish, but we will see.
Well, looks like they're trying to box in the ball carrier. Keep him from making any moves. Well, and... That's
Down
right.
goes a goat man.
Goat man down.
Unity is
A bit of a surprising punch. And another one. What are the elves taking today?
Some sort of steroids, ShadowChorus. Some sort of steroids.
No one called the ref, apparently. But then I don't think the ref cares.
Matter of fact, I think I saw the elves and the ref making some sort of deal before the match.
Oh, well, that would explain that. Managed to get a potion of strength through the referee.
Or the referee supplied them the potion. Anything's possible in Blood Bowl.
But now we have Chaos lining up for a second push.
It looks like they're starting with that poor elf's face.
sorry.
And onto the ground with a vicious backhand.
Now, with the spikes on their gauntlet, would you say a backhand from a Chaos Warrior is worse than a backhand from anybody else?
I don't know. Orcs have a pretty vicious punch themselves, although the spikes tend to be on the front of the gauntlet.
And looks like the ball carrier is free and running up the right-hand side. Meanwhile, Chaos Warriors in the back doing their best to stall the charge.
Down goes another elf, always a good note in my book.
And domino effect, looks like. Now it's the Light Prince's turn. They are going to want to cut off that ball carrier.
Within grasping range of the fans, and they're looking hungry.
The fans do indeed look hungry. Perhaps they should have some McMurdy burgers.
You know, I hear McMurdy's is sponsoring all the games this season.
Really?
Yes, they have a location just outside the stadium.
And what are these fans doing looking so hungry?
That's a very good question.
But it looks like the elves have got possession of the
Oh
ball.
no, looks
Wait,
like he fumbles.
Wait. Nope, time travel corrects it. Is anyone surprised?
Looks like a no.
Didn't think so.
Meanwhile, elves dodging left and right as the Chaos Warriors try to pound them back into the dirt. Goatman up, Goatman coming. And they are trying to keep those elves from maintaining that ball.
The question is, how do you stop a bunch of dancing little fairies from holding on to the ball?
Well, like this, ShadowChorus. By launching them face first into the grass. And Goatman's revenge.
And a violent headbutt. He may have gored that elf.
Looks like he was just a scratch.
Oh. And now a vicious both down.
Well, at least the Goatman took the elf with him. That's all we can ask for, really. And that elf managed to slip away from 2 Chaos Warriors.
It looks like they're setting up for a long pass.
Come on, guys. Together.
Oh, this Goatman is under attack, creating room for the ball carrier.
And Goatman down. These elves are packing quite a punch today. It looks like they're almost copying their Chaos opponents.
No. You can see the one flaw is that the elves are having to utilize their numbers to their advantage. It only takes one warrior to drop 2 of these elves. Not going for the pass. This is a surprise.
Well, looks like the Goatmen are getting back up and are preparing to do what they do. Are we ready for the Chaos rebuttal?
Well, as long as it is bloody. And another amazing drop kick backflip.
Again, these Chaos Warriors don't seem to be encumbered at all by that heavy
The
armor.
attacker has an assist.
That backhand might have taken that elf's head off. Oh, wait, nope. Still there, just the hair.
And now the elves are doing their dodgy thing again.
The attacker smells weakness.
The domino effect in action.
We already made that comment earlier, Jim.
Well, it looks like Chaos are forming a box around the elves.
Well, will it be enough to contain? One lone Goatman running out for the intercept.
And someone got punched in the face by an elf. What a sissy.
Goatman down. Probably after this match, Goatman dead.
Probably gonna get his horns shaved off if he does survive. And a man is down. Oh, wait, no. Here comes the time magic. And of course, the elf survives.
Now, what are the chances of this ball carrier making the intercept?
I will say second to none.
And it connects. And now for the inevitable. Touchdown!
The elves bringing the ball in for a touchdown in what I can sense is going to be a trend.
Keep doing that. We'll be in double figures by the end of the second half.
Jim, I think you're being a little too optimistic. And here's the... That wasn't really a kick, now was it?
Nope, that was more of a throw. Brilliant coaching on the behalf of the Raiders. Will it do anything for them?
Let's find out.
Ball
And
has landed in the touchdown zone.
ball is in the end zone. Well, looks like some action on the front lines.
And down goes another elf. It's amazing how much air they get.
Well, they are light and frail. If only there were more broken bones in this match. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Now that warrior looks like he's got some issues.
And it looks like he's working them out on that elf's face.
That man only has 3 dots for eyes.
Not sure if those are his eyes. And Goatman getting in position. It looks like the Chaos Warriors favor that right flank. Nope, nope, they're spreading out to the left too.
Trying to get a tackle on every single one of the players they can reach.
Move right next
What
to
would
it.
you say about that as a tactic, ShadowChorus?
Well, it certainly keeps the elves in a danger zone, but the agility of the elves makes it difficult to actually bring one of them down.
To stop it.
As we can see over here with the blitz failing to knock down an elf. And Goatman goes for the ball and flubs
Failure.
it.
Will the rewind pick it back up? No, it will not.
Ball gets launched back onto the grass. Will this affect their ability to score?
Almost certainly.
And elves are repositioning their men.
Well, at least there's quite a number of... Oh, wait! We have an elf who was not blocked by a goatman going for the ball, and he's got it.
Will he be able to get past those 2 Goatmen at the end zone?
Chaos God's willing, the answer will be no. Down goes another goatman. This one is injured. We have the first injury of the match, and it is on the Chaos team.
Craig Orr, the Goatman, he's not going to be seeing much more play. Ever, if I know my Chaos teams.
No, sir. Once they have failed the Chaos team, their life is forfeit.
You know, Chaos teams tend to run through more members that way.
Yes, but they do seem to have an ever-growing population.
Yeah, this is true. And now it's the Raiders' turn. Can they get the ball back?
Will the pair of goatmen be able to bring down a single tiny elf?
Oh, here
If
comes the
answer is-
blitz.
If the answer is no, I'll be very disappointed.
Oh, but they do knock the elf down.
And a
And
goatman grabs the ball.
Goatman gets the ball. Am I mistaken, or was that elf chuckling on the field?
I think he might be laughing at the poor score of the Chaos Soldiers.
Now, in your experience, is it wise to laugh at a Chaos Warrior as you line up for a block?
Not if you want to keep your head on your shoulders.
Oh, we have a blitz over here with the ball carrier.
And the ball carrier is down. How do these elves keep doing this? And he's got the ball going for another touchdown, and it's not even the second half.
Hello? Defense, anybody?
That is some good advice, Bob. But can Chaos truly be said to know how to defend?
Meanwhile, please make sure to go stop by the McMurphys for the big.
They've kicked the ball to
I have
the
no
goal.
idea what that sign
Now
says.
it's time to think defensively. Weather's fine.
Changing weather. It's simply nice weather.
Man, it looks like the Orcs are having a fun day out in the field.
Yep, that's the next field over where the Orcs are demolishing the Reichland Reavers once more.
That looks like an elf, ShadowChorus.
I am not certain of that one. I think it might have been.
Now Now it's just a simple matter of getting the ball at their feet. It's never simple.
You can say that again, Bob. In fact, you probably will.
Get punched above and below the belt at the same time.
Nope, just in the chest with a light slap.
Light slap from the Chaos Warriors. When do we expect them to draw out the battle axes?
Presumably as soon as they lose this
Those
match.
teeth, Jim. They'll have to pick up most of them off the ground in a
It's
few
a dangerous proposition defeating Chaos Warriors in Blood Bowl. They're not known to be gracious losers.
Really, ShadowChorus, what happened the last time you saw a Chaos team get defeated on the Blood Bowl pitch?
That place
I can tell you I didn't because I had to run before the spell started flying.
before the fall.
Oh, we're glad you made it out, ShadowChorus.
Apparently, wizards.
Out of curiosity, what happened to the opposing team?
I don't think they were ever heard from again.
Seems fair.
If I recall correctly, I think one of them might be the new Chaos Fiend.
Alright, and the Goatman drops the ball. That's a Goatman that's never going to see play again. Especially after dropping the ball twice now.
No. I think we can agree that his blood will be used in a sacrifice to summon a new demon for the team.
Now, it's interesting, ShadowChorus, I see that this team does not have a Minotaur on the field. Do you think that would have improved their chances here?
I think it would have led to a lot more blood flying from the elves, and I think we can both agree that that's always a good thing.
I think we can both agree on that as well. And the elf checks the Chaos Warrior.
Those are some scrawny arms to be knocking down warriors of chaos.
Well, that's also the same warrior that decided a gentle slap on the face was enough to take down an elf.
To be honest, it usually is.
And Goatman down again.
Those were a couple of drop kicks that somehow missed their target.
And yet again, these elves seem to be proving far more slippery than the Chaos Warriors imagined.
Can this goat man do anything about these elves?
Well, looks like the Chaos team is surrounding the elves.
With intent to create space.
alone anytime soon.
Looks like Chaos are having a hard time putting these elves back on the ground.
This also looks like they're trying to push them further and further back towards the line. And Goatman, Goatman gets leveled. He went for it and he failed. Prick Mulgore has been stunned.
And I think I see where this is going.
Well, the elves have the ball. And he dodges cleanly.
Not even the second half, and we have 3 touchdowns on the side of the elves.
Too late for the other side to
Well, seeing as it's now 0-3 against the Chaos team, what do you think Chaos's response is going to be?
Probably going to be murder, murder, murder.
You think we're looking at a good old-fashioned game of Spite Bowl here?
Oh, I think that is what we will see.
Let's find out as we get back to the second half.
And a quick reminder that sign gave me, remember, Orkidas is one of the best footwear brands for Blood Bowl players.
Is that what these Chaos Warriors are wearing right now?
I think you'll find they are either wearing Orkidas or nothing because they have hooves.
Alright then, let's see what they do when they trample these elves. And serving the ball to the elves,
And a rock on Hawthorne Seleniel.
an enraged fan hurls a large rock at one of the players on the opposing team. And you are right, Hawthorne is down.
How are they going to catch or run with a ball if they're constantly
And the ball is way down towards the elf infield. Which means in order to make a 4th touchdown, they're going to have to run back and then run back down.
I wouldn't put it past the elves, but let's see if Chaos kicks up that Spite Bowl.
Well, it does look like they're in a more aggressive stance than normal. None of their runners are further back. It looks like they don't expect the elves to get towards their end zone today.
Well, they've already done it 3 times. Let's hope they can stop a 4th.
Interestingly, no elves are hanging back to protect their ball carrier.
To be honest, I don't think Chaos cares about the ball at this point.
Well, it's Chaos's turn.
And down goes an elf.
And
With
this time,
no rewind.
this time he stays down. It's Chaos's turn now. Let's see how they respond.
This is going to be decisive.
Yep, and now begins the Spite Bowl.
And elf down by Goatman headbutt. That Goatman's missing an eye.
I'm not sure if it was missing or simply sacrificed to Chaos Gods.
No, really, half dozen one, six to the other, isn't it? And we've got a double down, but an injury on the elf side.
Good to see some blood flowing.
For the rest of their short.
I think you are right, Jim. I think that life will be exceptionally short. Goatman wounds tend to infect quickly.
Why is that, ShadowChorus?
Well, they all carry the Rod of Nurgle on their horns.
I don't suppose there's any sort of disinfectant for that now, is there?
Nothing but a bullet to the head.
Alrighty. And looks like Elf is taking down a Goatman. You think they're going to try to push him into the fans?
I think they're gonna try, but I don't think they're gonna get anywhere.
And Elf down. Goatman trips an Elf.
Vicious
Now-
mule kick to the back of the legs.
No, it's the Chaos team's turn. Let's see what they do.
Fans are
Headbutt. That elf is getting ever closer to the edge of the pitch.
And the referee standing right over the Elf doesn't seem to be doing a thing about it.
Down goes another elf. I seem to be alone in the commentary booth temporarily. I can't even begin to pronounce that name, but that elf is stunned. Indringolian Mithlalin. He is down.
They'll need to get rid of the ball.
And another swing at the ball carrier.
Take down the ball carrier.
Down he goes. The ball is loose. Who's gonna catch it? Big surprise. Not someone on Chaos. Ouch. Looks like an attacker down. And a turnover.
And it's the Light Prince's turn now.
Welcome back to the booth, Senstaku.
Yep, just had to step out for a business call. And the Elf fumbles the ball.
Tried to pick it up with too many Chaos Warriors standing around it.
And he fumbles it again. That's just embarrassing for the Elf team.
That's a swift turnover from the Elves.
Now it's Chaos' turn to respond. What do you think that response is going to be?
Well, we've seen before that their favorite approach is murder.
And it looks like that's what they're going for. Chaos Warriors ignoring the ball entirely, favoring the Elf standing to its left.
Well, it's quite clear those glowing eyes are afire with hate.
And whatever that Elf's name is stunned.
I'm not certain anyone can pronounce those. Something about a Tatensair.
And another Elf down. These Chaos Warriors are not playing around. That Elf barely manages to dodge with his life, but it looks like that Goatman's going to be handing it to him. And a vicious claw.
Baranian and Domiel. At least that's a name I can shape with my mouth.
And he's down. Vicious headbutt to the solar plexus.
And those are some mighty sharp horns.
That elf is lucky he wasn't gored. And another double down, but a knockout on the down.
Shuffling off the field, and possibly off his mortal coil.
No, I don't think he's dead yet, Bob. He might be soon.
Depends on what the Chaos team does after the match.
Well, the elves are preparing for their response.
Mostly by picking their broken bodies back up off the turf.
Oh, they got a hold of the ball and they drop it again.
And rewind to try to grab it.
And it's
And
gone.
I certainly was, Jim.
that's 4 fumbles in a row from the elves. Looks like their overconfidence is going to be their downfall.
Trying to pick up the ball with too many enemies standing around it. And now, this elf looks like he is going off the pitch.
And he is, straight into that referee and into those adoring fans.
And he's already injured. What is the crowd going to do to him?
Looks like we have our answer. You may be mistaken by thinking that that red is just the color of that crowd member's uniform, but it is in fact the blood of that elf.
It's funny, you only ever really see the humans come down to deliver the pummeling.
Well, they're the most eager.
Well, I suppose this isn't an orc stadium.
Although there are some orc drummers in the crowd, getting the crowd riled up.
Always looking for a fight, those orcs.
Man, that elf got some decent hang time. Well, and dodging for his life, that elf evades the dropkick.
I am still amazed every time I see a Chaos Warrior perform a dropkick like that.
They are quite agile.
And I don't even want to begin to pronounce that name, but he is face first in the ground.
And his buddy is joining him soon.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
This is just a brutal slaughter. It appears the Chaos team has resigned themselves to losing. What do you think that means for this team once the game is done?
I think it means about more of what we're seeing, but with a few axes thrown into the fray.
What do you think their chance of surviving is with 2 members knocked down and 2 already injured?
I think we're going to be carving a lot of elven headstones today at this stadium.
That is, if the stadium doesn't succumb to chaos. Then again, it is the Raiders' hometown, which means it probably already is.
All of this bright sunshine and seemingly uncorrupted stonemasonry is probably just a front for the menageries of Zinch.
Which would explain the odd colors on the Chaos team, wouldn't it?
You know, white and blue, they do fit the colors of the Changer of Ways.
Oh, looks like we're going to have another elf out off the field.
You know, a fence may solve
And punched into the crowd. Once more, we have some humans coming down to do the stomping.
In fact, it looks like the same 3 humans, just with different clothes.
It's amazing how uniform the humans of Bretonia get their beards.
And an aerial backflip from a Chaos Warrior. It's the one with 3 holes for a face.
I still wonder what that third hole is for.
And Chaos Warrior down, but he injured an
Cianjin
elf
and Domiel. Injured.
on the way down. It's a turnover. What can the elves do to try to survive this match?
I don't know, Senstaku. What can men do against such reckless hate?
Succumb to it. And he pushes that Chaos Warrior back. The elves trying to get their numbers advantage on that warrior. Do you think it's going to work?
Apparently not.
And pushing the goat man right into the ball. But he fails to pick it up, instead passing it off, and it bounces back to the elf that pushed him back.
Would you say the elves planned that?
No, more like random chance.
Well, as I say, the dice gods do favor those who have balls.
Well, I don't know if the elves are going to have theirs for much longer. Because it looks like a kill box. And what's in the middle is the elves.
And their ball. They've only got one between all of them.
Traditional spectacle in its style.
I know this one.
And it's double down on the ball carrier. And Goatman gets the ball.
Match is nearing its conclusion. And down goes another elf.
With a donkey kick to the legs. And he avoids it the second time around. But I don't know if he's in much of a better position. Goatman down. Looks like the elves are trying to do the same to the chaos that the chaos is doing to them.
I think that's perfectly fine. You'll find that the Chaos Warriors have not taken any injuries, but the elves are not looking good. That man's fist was covered in blood.
And so is that elf's face.
He's on him now, like a halfling on a hot dinner.
You keep saying that, Bob. I don't know if you've ever actually seen a halfling eat.
Intimidation is the key. It's one of my
See, I don't think the sandwich survives more than the first second.
one less annoyance to deal with.
That's true, Bob. And
Tal Nor Laren to Tanser.
I think that's how you pronounce it.
I don't even know, but he is unconscious.
Rolling up into his head. He'll be out for some time.
Jim, you seemed a little bit too excited about that one.
He is a vampire.
This is true. And Goatman moving in slowly. Oh, ball carrier is not heading for the end zone. What do you think he's trying to do?
He's heading for a foul.
Oh, looks like they're tap dancing all over that elf's corpse.
Well, at least these Chaos Warriors are not having as bad a time as the worst Blood Bowl team of all time.
Oh, how are the Reavers right now?
No, the Reavers aren't even the worst.
Who are the worst?
The Spike magazine voted worst Blood Bowl team of all time is in fact the Streisand Vampires.
And why is that, ShadowChorus?
Because they keep killing all of their players.
Bear's neck with those studded boots that high.
Oh man, that elf is just taking a beating on the field. By the ball carrier, in fact. It is evident now that the Chaos team has no interest in scoring points.
Neither would I at this juncture. By the way, feel free to tease Jim with the fact that his team is the worst of all time.
I'm sure we will, ShadowChorus. I'm sure we will.
That's 3 dice to choose from for the Chaos Warriors.
Can you do
And they chose the best one for the situation.
formed opponent?
Aim between the eyes. So many touchdowns.
And that's the end of the match for the Senstaku Raiders. What do you think about their performance today, ShadowChorus?
Well, while they did not get any possession of the ball, you will find that they were by far the more entertaining team.
Indeed, indeed. I hope those elves manage to scrape their way off the field before the Chaos have their way with them.
Well, I don't think running will save them.
Although, wait. Do you hear that?
I think we should leave.
We probably should. In the meantime, we'll see you all next week. Later, Blood Bowl fans.
Yeah.